truth live from where they decree it. Sylvia speaks, no filter, no buffer. Courtroom drama couldn't get any tougher.
When the gavel's first bang, to the witness stands tears. Sylvia's lens captures all your hopes and fears. Uploading justice one trial at a time. Tuning every moment, edges sublime.
Welcome to the Sylvia show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Faces tell stories, the courtroom can't hide. Sylvia's insights cut through the divide. From jury talks to the lawyer's secret. In Sylvia's world, you know you'll need it. Behind the scenes where whispers are loud, her lens reveals the truth in the crowd. Courtroom secrets laid bare to see. Stay curious, make Sylvia spring. Every objection, every sharp retort, Sylvia's there to give you the report. Exclusive footage no one else can snag. From catchy headlines straight to the tag. Welcome to the Sylvia show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show.
Faces tell.
Hey guys, hello, hey. I am sorry for the tardiness. I was trying to get something down my throat. I was trying to eat because I was hungry. You know how it is and it was not a great choice, but you know, as a diabetic, you gotta eat because when you don't, it feels like your inside is eating itself up and stuff like that. So I had to go eat something, and poor choice, but hey, it is what it is. Let me say hello. Hey, King Payne. Oh my God. King Payne is in here. Hey, sweetheart. I haven't seen you in 100 years. Hey, everybody. Hey, Sunshine. Hey, Wilhelmina. Hey, Naughty Lynn. Hey, Serena. Hey, Nosy Rosie. Hey, SSS Success. Hey, Miss Torres. Hey, Gloria. Hey, everybody. How's everyone doing today? All right. My thing just froze for a minute. Did it freeze for you guys? It froze for me. I don't know what's going on. All right. Let me go ahead and tell you guys what happened today. I went to 2 courtrooms. The first one was where Judge Ashley was doing the it's considered like a preliminary. It's like a preliminary for individuals who it's like after the arraignment but before indictment. And they discuss things that's going to move forward, like what the state is going to do with a particular case, right? So they call Starr's case. Okay, Starr's name is Sidney Favor, right? And his name, and I know everybody's saying she. I'm old school. I'm so confused with this whole he, she, and she, all that. And I'm not trying to be offensive or anything like that, but it's just hard for me to, because in the paperwork it says a he, but when we're in court they say she. So it's so confusing, y'all. It's confusing. So I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Not trying to be disrespectful to anybody, what they want to be called. So it's hard for me. I'm just going to say Sidney, okay? Because it's two different things going on. They put he on his document at jail, and they put she when they talk in court. So please forgive me, those who are in that lifestyle. Please forgive me. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody, okay? So I'm just gonna say Sidney, okay? Just gonna say Sidney. So when I was downstairs at Judge Ashley's courtroom, um, Judge Ashley called Sidney's name, and the state said to the judge, "We are moving forward. That there is the it's moving forward. It will be with the grand jury today." So the grand jury is making a decision whether or not Sidney will be indicted. So the case is before the grand jury. So right after we finished with that, I went straight on upstairs because I didn't want to miss what Judge Cox was going to do as far as the bond. So shout out to Justin from Shade Room. Him. That's my buddy. That's Justin is my buddy from Shade Room, because him and I was the only one in there that was covering it, and of course the family members there, and then there's other case that was coming up, and chaotic case did not come up because chaotic, how do you say it's chaotic, right? Chaotic case he already got bond, and he didn't need to see the judge. So as far as him bonded out, I don't know. I have to check the record to see if he's still in Fulton County. But he did not have hearing today. Yeah, Justin he's the bomb, y'all. It's my buddy, and him and I told him I was gonna call him. I got his phone number now, so I'll text him later on. Well, shout out to Justin, because him and I have been like crossing paths so many times. I've been me covering cases. I've talked to, the last time I talked to Tiffany from what's that show? Rotten Mango. Rotten Mango, the one that has like 3 or 4 million subscribers. I talked to her. Now this time I talked to Justin. I need to tell Justin, hey Justin, make sure you give me a shout out so I can get some folks into this channel. But anyway, let me go ahead on and tell you what happened. His lawyer, he got a public defender. Sidney. Sorry, I didn't mean to say he. Sidney has a public defender. His name is Mr. Lake. He is a public defender on Sidney's case, and it seemed like this public defender don't know nothing about Sidney. Okay, seemed like he was asking more of the family members than anything. So it was kind of like strange. And when Sidney came in, he didn't sit too close to Sidney. I thought that was kind of strange, because most of the time when you have your lawyer, they usually sit pretty close to them and have conversation with them, and for some strange reason this attorney was very standoffish with his client. That's one of my observations. This is Sylvia's observation. I just wanted to tell you that it was kind of strange, because they were like kind of like separated, kind of, they had the same table but they were separated. But anyway, his attorney, his name is Mr. Lake, and they didn't give his first name, so I don't know the attorney's first name. The prosecutor, the person that was standing for the state, was Mr. People. He is a new DA, a new not a prosecutor, a DA, a new DA prosecutor on a case. I have never seen him before, but he's one of the new ones. There's a lot of new DAs on there, right? All right. He's not a paid attorney. He's one of the public defenders. He's a public defender. So you know how they do. They don't never see the person, and they try to represent the person. They only see them once or twice. And yeah, he was a public defender. Okay. So the judge came in. Judge Cox is who I'm very familiar with. He's the one who did Lucci's case, and he is strict. He does not play. So judge came in. We all rose and we sat down, and then so he asked for the first case on his docket, and the first case was Sidney Favor. So his Sidney's name is Favors, but I think television, his Starr, right? Sidney Starr. But Sidney's real name is Sidney Favor. Okay. The judge asked for Sidney to come out, so they brought Sidney from the back. Sidney came in with shackled in braid. Sidney's hair was braided up, like looked like somebody's been braiding Sidney's hair in jail. So Sidney had the braids going up, not down. There was no weave or anything in it. So Sidney hair was up, and it was like in a puff. Had a puff there. So yeah, she had braids. This is so confusing. Just Sidney hair was braided up. Came in, sat next to the attorney. So the judge asked the state to give account of what this case is about. So Mr. People says around August 2nd, 2026, the defendant met this young man in near the elevator at a hotel, and basically they kind of had eyes on each other, and allegedly the young man invited Sidney to the room, and Sidney basically gave the young man oral fellatio, right? And so I think the father or somebody contacted the police and told them that something has happened with the son. I don't know exactly what, because I wasn't hearing it too well because it was talking too low. But anyway, they called the police. Police went there to investigate, and the young man said what happened. The teenager said what happened, and then Sidney corroborated what the young man said. Basically said that the young man approached Sidney, or Sidney approached a young man, or something like that, where they said, "Oh, you fine," and then they end up in the hotel room, and Sidney gave the young man fellatio in room. So they said that the officers went to room 529. That was the room they were in, and it was on the fifth floor. And they said they observed a female after Officer Allen went up there, confessed, basically stated what happened, and they arrested Sidney, right? So that was the gist of the whole case, and they told what Sidney was charged with, right? Then the judge asked Sidney attorney, Mr. Lake, where does he stand as far as his client? The attorney, Mr. Lake, basically gave account of why his client deserved to have a bond. The first thing he goes and says, okay, first the judge asks is the ties to the community, if he's a danger to the community, and will will he intimidate witness on what, if he had his criminal history, right? The criminal history, he's never been arrested before. This is the first time. He doesn't have any kind of history of criminality. I keep saying he. Sidney doesn't have any history of any crime, other than traffic violation. And also, first thing he mentioned was that Sidney was a resident, native resident of Chicago. What did he tell him that for? Because remember, one of the things for you to be able to get a bond, you have to have some sort of tie to the community, and you're not a flight risk, right? So that right away, when I heard them mention something about where he lives and where he's a native of and where he currently lives, I was like, bond denied. That's exactly what I told Justin. I wrote my little note right here. This is what I wrote, my note to Justin. This is my note to Justin. I put what? Denied. That's what I wrote to Justin, right? So, I'm telling you, as soon as I heard that he had no ties to the state of Georgia, I was like, he ain't going nowhere. And the crime is against a child. He ain't going nowhere. I was like, and remember, the child is 13. I thought he was 16, according to the court document originally, right? No, the boy is 13, y'all. 13. I was like, 13? What? I thought it was 16. You get what I'm saying? I thought it was 16, but supposedly the boy is really tall. You know how some kids like giants, but he's a 13-year-old giant. I was like, okay. All right, hold on. Kobe's car crying, trying to get in the room. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me go get this dog. Kobe always wanted to disturb me when I'm working. Like he's the boss. Kobe think he's the boss of me, man, y'all. Kobe is like irritating. He act like he's the boss of me. Okay. So he tells him he's not a resident of Georgia. I don't care how tall he is. He couldn't have looked grown. That's exactly what Born to Be a Star. That's exactly what some of the people that was in the courtroom were saying. What you're saying right there, right? Because of the demeanor. But I got to finish telling you. I got to tell you everything that has happened. Okay. So then he goes and tell the judge that he is not a risk to society. Because this is his first offense, right? He's never been criminal before, blah, 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 right? And then he tells him that he has a good nature. He's very easygoing. He's not non-threatening. He spoke to the family. The attorney said he spoke to the family, and the family can verify that he is like doesn't start any crap. He doesn't have any kind of like history of any felony, no FTA, no failure to appear, none of that. And basically he is a good candidate. And then the judge asked him, the attorney, what are you asking for as far as bond, right? So he's mentioned that he's seeking $15,000 for count 1, $15,000 for count 2, and $1,000 for count 3. That's what he said, right? So he also then the attorney tried to ask the judge, can the family you saying use the correct pronoun? They put two things. Okay, you must be late. You must be late to the chat, because if you were here earlier, you would hear why there is a confusion with me. there's a confusion. Please, and folks always come in late and don't know what was discussed. Okay, there is a confusion with what they are stating. Let me tell you why, Sean. Let me tell you, because the arrest record put it as a he. The court document when the judge is talking, they say she. So I am so like lost because in jail he's in the men jail. He's not in the women jail. So I'm just please, Lord, please help me out with this. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm an old school person. You see all this gray hair? I'm there she go. See, you starting with me. Sean, Yvette, I'm just gonna call it Yvette. Please. You see this gray hair? I'm so confused with this whole pronoun stuff. Please help me. I'm just gonna say Sidney. Please, y'all, forgive me. Lord have mercy. I'm so like lost. Please, it's just the two things, and I'm talking to Justin, and I'm still saying he to Justin. Dog can't say that's a man. Okay. Oh, Jesus. I don't want people to come after me saying, "Oh my God, she has no respect for the people's gender." Oh my, I look. Sidney. Okay. So then I'm talking about the attorney. He asked the judge for $15,000 for the first count, $15,000 for second count, and $1,000 for the third count, right? And so the judge asked, and there was a motion that they put in for expedited bond request, right? And he also talked about the police department and the report from the police department. He didn't have the full report, so he doesn't have anything like that. All right, so the judge asked the state to give their recommendation on what Sidney should get. See, I'm trying to think of the right way. So the state says that he is a high risk. First, he has no ties to the state of Georgia, right? The ties that he has is supposedly a family member, but he doesn't even give like some real like connection type of thing with the family. This is my observation, because he said a family. He didn't say whether or not it's a mom or close sibling. He didn't even mention that he was going to stay with the sibling until this case is over. Didn't even say none of that. It just said that Sidney has a family that resides in Georgia. Didn't say where or anything like that. So that was one strike. Then the state said that he's basically a high risk because the action that happened with a child, a 13-year-old, basically would negate for him to be dangerous to people around. That he could offend somebody with that type of action, right? And then he says he agreed with the defense that he doesn't have a criminal record. This is his first time Sidney's first time being arrested in a situation like that, other than a traffic ticket. And then they talk about the severity of the type of case, and will he be intimidating to this victim? And the answer was yes. And the reason why, because he's a figure that he has lots of access to. There are people that knows this Sidney on social media, and that will be intimidating for the child, right? The child would be having to deal with folks coming at them because of this celebrity. You get what I'm saying? So that's a no against Sidney. That makes him a high risk, that he can intimidate the 13-year-old. Yeah, the bond was denied. That's why I put it in the chat. But let me finish telling you guys, okay? So, Then listen. Then the judge, they were saying that she would be a. This is I'm reading what they said. This is she. They said she in here, so anybody got me mixed up with that. They said that she approached the young man. No, that she was approached by this young man. That's what they said. She was approached by this young man, and she gave the young man fellatio, right? She gave it to a minor, and social media. She has a great presence in social media. This is the state is saying that. This is why I'm saying she. Sidney, and she gave the young man, the child, fellatio, and the child 13. I'm gonna repeat again. Child is 13. I'm reading for dog gang. I'm reading my notes. This is what they were saying in the courtroom. Okay, this is what my note says in the courtroom. Okay, in the courtroom they called Sidney she. They called Sidney she in the courtroom. Okay, now, then the state tells the judge that the victim advocate has a letter from the mom, and then the mom pops up on the Zoom. His mom, the young man's mom, the little boy's mom, pops up in the room on the video. So she's sitting on the lower part, and the victim advocacy person comes up and starts reading the letter. She says, "Dear Your Honor," basically she's opposing for Sidney to get bond. And this is what she said. She said that her son has gone through emotional trauma, and he is in physical therapy. He's in therapy because of the emotional and physical trauma that he has endured during this situation. The mom says the father has anxiety every time they have a conversation about this situation. The father has anxiety because this is their 13-year-old child. And she says that they live with the fear of their child having to deal with this, and that their child will never be the same. Because this child thought that this was not only a girl, but the scrutiny of stuff that, people would say about the child on social media. Y'all get what I'm saying by that, right? They didn't say those exact words, but this is what from them reading the letter from the mom is just basically, because the parents are old school as well too, so that's something that's really harsh for them to comprehend, because this individual has given their child fellatio, and the child's thinking that this was a fine girl, and it's not a girl. So it's a lot of mental stuff that's going on, especially with the dad. The dad you didn't see the dad on the video. You just saw the mom. So then the judge, he asked them to submit the letter in on the record. So tomorrow when I go get the information from the docket, I'll pay for the letter. You guys will see the letter, okay? The letter that the mom wrote, and the mom was on the video. Dad was not on the video, y'all. I'm just gonna tell you, Dad was not on the video at all. So can you imagine old school dad what his son experienced and then finding out that it's not what he think it is? So you can imagine. But anyway, um the judge went to render his decision. The judge said a whole bunch of stuff and I did get a copy of the what the judge said from somebody. Hold on a second, I'll play it for you guys. Hold on, okay? Hold on. It had somebody with Rule 22 from the news station. He gave me the audio part. Hold on a second. Let me get it for you. I'm going to play what the judge says for y'all. Just hold on, okay, y'all? Hold on. I get the information for y'all. Hold on. This is what the guy gave me. Hold on a second. This is about 20 minutes of it. Hold on. Okay, here's the hold on a second. Hold on. Christian Clark was the advocacy person. Let me see if you guys can hear it well. Hold on a second. Let me play it for y'all. Alrighty? Can y'all hear it? I know it's a lot of background noise. Can y'all hear it? Can y'all hear it? He says, I am the mother of the 13-year-old that was Let me see if I can. Hold on. Let me see if I can get a transcribe of that. Hold on a second. Okay. Says, my name is something Moses. I am the mother of the 13-year-old that was essayed. Okay, let me just play it. Hold on. I respectfully ask for report to the non-power from my son is only 13. My son is only 13 and was essay. Since this happened, he has emotional and psychological harm. That's what she says on the letter. See, I'm trying to play it, y'all. Aaliyah, I'm trying to play it, but it's they didn't give me a good copy. And they did have video too. They did video. The news person. He's been attending intensive therapy to begin the healing process. Right? To begin, rah! To begin the healing process. I'm trying to play it and stop and so you guys can hear. Hold on. For what was done to him.
At this age, he should feel safe and significant.
At this age, he should feel safe and significant, but he don't, right? You know what? When they get this, we'll read the letter because it's hard for me to understand. When we get when they put the letter onto the docket, I'll get the letter and you guys can hear the letter instead of us trying to figure out what she is saying. Okay, but the judge agreed. Hold on, let me go to the part where the judge is talking. Hold on, because the judge is on the mic. The lady wasn't on the mic. Hold on. Okay, this is a judge about to talk about it. Hold on. All right, here's the judge.
The mother of the minor child.
Our bank will have an advocate, as I mentioned, to make sure that court staff who may have received the copy. If not, please send the copy to Mr. Cormier so that we can file that as a part of the record this year.
The judge, that was the judge asking the advocacy to submit this thing, to submit the request, the letter to the court staff, and then so it'll be on record. Okay, so when they submit it to the court, and I'll get a copy of it and I'll read to you exactly what she said. Okay, all right. No, it was no bond. The judge is explaining what pretrial motion for a bond is. It's basically for them to come into the court to basically request for a bond, so it would not be the person will not have harsh punishment before the actual trial comes. Okay. Okay, hold on.
The Ayala versus State case is the 262 Georgia 704 Inside 705. It's a 1993 case. Under Georgia statutory law, a trial court may release a defendant pre-trial after evaluating the four factors reviewed today. These are commonly referred to as the Ayala factors. The Ayala factors are consistent with both Georgia statutory law, specifically OCGA section 17-6.
You said, when will his trial be? Listen to this. Today when I went down to Judge Ashley, the prosecution team said that they're submitting it to the grand jury today. So today he should have an indictment, and they submitted it for an indictment with the grand jury. So once they do the indictment, then they're going to have a hearing, and then you'll see, you will find out if he takes a plea, if Sidney takes a plea or not. If not, they're going to move forward towards trial. Most likely going to probably, I don't know if you take a plea. If you take a plea, yeah, definitely Sidney will be here for a while because they denied, because he's a flight risk. Once they said he lived in Chicago, there was a no. That's part of the condition of bond. If the person is a flight risk, definitely is a flight risk, and there is a possibility that a person will not come back for trial. So, let me finish playing this. I hope you guys, can y'all hear it a little bit? A little bit. Can y'all hear? Can you hear Judge a little bit? What we're gonna do? We'll wait till the news people have the audio, the video. I was gonna ask them for the video, but I didn't have a SD card with me, Didn't have an SD card with me, so I couldn't take a copy of the video itself. Sorry. Oh, y'all can hear? Okay, so we'll play what we could. Y'all try to decipher it.
Dash 1E, 1E4, in the 1968 American Bar Association pre-trial. The trial court should and must explain its reasons for denying bond to assistant appellate review. Lane versus State is the authority, 247 Georgia, 387, inside 389. It's a 1981 case. The granting or denial of bail will not be set aside unless.
You know what I could do, y'all? Hold on. I can put it on my hey, I could put it on my you know what, I'll upload it today later on when I put it on my other phone that not phone, my other computer. Let me see something. Hold on a second. Maybe I could play with this. Hold on a second. Let me see. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can send it to my I'm gonna share it to my thing, my Mac, and then see if my Mac can enhance the thing when I drop it in. When I drop it in my my iMovie. Hold on a second. Let's see if we could do that. Hold on. We can see if we can enhance it on my iMovie. Hold on. Hold on a second. I'm trying. Hold on a second. We'll see if you guys can get it and hear it better. Okay, hold on a second. We're gonna see. We did a download, and today recording. All right, we're gonna bring this in here. All right, we're gonna bring this in here like this. Okay, see if you guys can hear it better.
Sidney favors the defendant. Favors admitted that the juvenile had entered the elevator with her and went into her room.
Okay, let's see.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can y'all hear it better now? Can y'all hear it? Can y'all hear it? Let's see if we can share it. Hold on a second. I'm sharing my iMovie. Can y'all? Hold on a second, y'all. I gotta put my little thing up here so y'all don't be looking at my media stuff. Let me put my boy on here since we're gonna be doing him next week. Let's put Cecil on here. Hold on. Hey, let's put Cecil so he could tell y'all to hit the like button. All right, here we go. I'm gonna play it for you guys. All right, see if you can hear it better. All right, we're doing a noise reduction. See if you can hear it better. All right, you ready? Let's hear.
I had contact with them, and they are here today. I would like to introduce you with that.
You can merely happen to stand up, that's enough of an acknowledgement.
All right. I would
Hold on.
it's significant for the judge that is going to do with that.
Don't ask for the confidence, the statement be provided from the part of the representative. All right, now I'm happy to do it.
Yes, sir. I'm able to do it too. Your Honor, my name is Sylvia, and I am the mother of the 13-year-old who was sexually assaulted in this case. I respectfully ask for the court to deny filing for review. My son is only 13. Since this happened, he has had emotional and psychological harm. It is unfair. He is required to attend intensive therapy to begin the healing process for what is done to him. At this age, when he should feel safe, innocent, and protected, he is now forced to cope with trauma that no child should have to ever endure. This has affected every member of our family. I have been experiencing nightmares consistently living in fear and pain surrounding what happened to my son. His father has anxiety, which has increased whenever we have to talk about the incident or we hear the courtroom. We are doing everything possible to remain strong for our child, but our family feels as though our sense of safety and normalcy has been taken away. We know healing will be a long and difficult process, and we fear that our lives will never be the same. The possibility that the accused could be released causes our family a tremendous fear and distress. My son needs to feel protected while he begins therapy and while this case is proceeding. He should not have to live with the fear that the person accused of harming him may be free, able to contact him for our family, or be able to come near us, intimidate him, or interfere with his possibility of participating in this case. Our request is not based on anger or retaliation. It is based on the seriousness of the allegation, the age, and the vulnerability of our child. The trauma that he has already experienced, and our genuine concern for his safety and emotional well-being. We are asking the court to put his protection first. I respectfully ask for the bond to be denied, but if the court decides to release the defendant.
You hear her asking for the bond to be denied, right? And they said because of the age and the severity of this situation.
I ask that this is possible protection.
And it says if the judge decided to give him a bond, and it's if possible that he will not have this person will have no contact with the son at all.
It could be absolutely no contact directly or indirectly with my son and any member of our family. No contact with third party or entity. No presence near our home or his school, his therapy appointments, or any location he regularly visits. Any additional monitoring or restrictions in the court time associated. Our son deserves the opportunity to hear without fear. He deserves to know that the adults in the justice system responsible for protecting him are taking what happened to him seriously. Thank you for considering the devastating impact that this has had on my son and our entire family, respectfully the mother of the minor child.
All right, thank you, Madam Advocate. As I mentioned, please be send a copy to Mr. Cormier so that we can file that as a part of the record this year. The purpose of a pre-trial bond is to prevent punishment before conviction and to secure the appearance of the person in court for trial. The Ayala versus State case is the authority. 262 Georgia 704, Inside 705. It's 1993 case. Under Georgia statutory law, the trial court may release a defendant pre-trial after evaluating the four factors that we reviewed today, which are commonly referred to as the Ayala factors. The Ayala factors are consistent with both Georgia statutory law, specifically OCGA section 17-6-1E, 1 through 4, and the 1968 American Bar Association pre-trial release. Trial court should and must explain its reasons for denying bond to assistant public review. Lane versus State is the authority, 247 Georgia, 387, inside 389, it's a 1981 case. The granting or denial of bail will not be set aside unless there is a manifest and flagrant abuse of discretion. Jernigan versus State is the authority, 118 Georgia, 307, inside 308. It's been the law in our state since 1943. In this case, both the state and the defense take divergent views on 3 of the 4 Ayala factors. With the defense contending that none of the factors are triggered to the required degree of significance. The state taking a different view, the Ayala factors 1, 2, and 4 are triggered to the required degree of significance. Both the state and the defense agree that Ayala factor 3 is not triggered to the required degree of significance. Specifically, whether the defendant posed a significant risk of committing a felony in the trial. That being said, given the disagreement between the state and defense on Ayala factors 1, 2, and 4, the court believes that on Ayala factor 1, the state has raised a compelling argument that Ayala factor 1 is triggered to the required degree of significance. The defense acknowledges that this defendant has no significant ties to the local.
Yeah, can y'all hear it? Because I'm having a hard time.
And they are here today. I would like to introduce you as a board that
You can merely happen to stand up, that's enough of an acknowledgement.
all right. I would like to pass the
They can just stand up.
Okay, y'all. I'm having a hard time hearing it. So, but basically, I told you the logistic of it is that the reasons were 3 reasons. 1, he has no ties to the community. 2, that he has the risk of intimidating the witness, and the number 2 one, that was number 1 was no ties to community. Number 2 is that he's at high risk of intimidating the witness because his presence on social media is pretty high, and he has people, I guess, fans and people that follows her. And also the last part was that the risk of this person doing it again while he's out is a high risk. So that's the reason why the bond was denied. And also with the age of the individual, the age of the young man that this happened to. So that was the reason. I know it's low, it sucks. They tried giving me something that would be helpful, but no, it didn't work. It sucked. And I tried to put it on my what's the name so it could be enhanced, but it didn't work on that either. So that is what we have. As you guys see Cecil's picture up here, Cecil is tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be at Cecil's courthouse. All right. So any questions? Any question? Bond was denied. Who was there? He had quite a few family members there. There was a older lady. I'm assuming that might have been his mom. And there was a young lady. There was two guys. It was about four people from the family. From his side, that was there for him, in support of him, in support of Sidney. Sorry, I keep saying him, Sidney. So, any question? Any question? So that's what happened. Shout out to Shade Room, Justin. Justin for Shade Room was there, and the news person. Two news people was there. One was doing another case, and the other one was doing this case. So any questions? CBS and I think 11 Alive. Those are two news people that was there. Any question? Any question? No question? Was it a paid lawyer? No, public defender. A public defender. Bray, you must have came in late because I explained all that earlier. You must have been late, Bray. Big Bray. Y'all can always tell when a person is late. Because they always asked a question that I answered already earlier. Anybody else got a question? You came to class late. So now I have to go in detention. I'm just joking. Just joking. No detention. No detention. I did answer it. Yes. Public defender. And the public defender didn't even really know Sidney. You could tell they didn't spend time in the information. Because he even said that he didn't fully read the police report. You're his lawyer and you didn't fully read the police report? Not cool at all. Then you should have known he would have got denied. That you would have educated him. Hey, do you have any place that you're going to stay here in Georgia and not leave for Chicago? No, you go and say that he is a long life resident of what? Of the state of Illinois, and he's a native of Chicago. That's what he said. That's what he said. That was what the attorney said. I'm like, dude, I'm not an attorney. I would have said something totally different. I would have found a way for him to, for her. Okay, I'm about to get off because I keep getting the names mixed up and the gender mixed up. So I'm going to get off of here because you guys going to be trying to come at me with the gender correction and stuff. So I'm going to go. No, I wasn't saying if he wanted to lie. I'm saying that he could have found a place to stay while he's in Georgia. Thumbs up. Thank you, Naughty Land, for the 10 jewels. I appreciate you. Y'all, don't forget, a way of supporting this channel is, here's my, I need to start putting this up so folks will know how to support this channel. This is how you support this channel: by Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, Venmo, and Apple Pay. If you feel that I have provided you with some info and would like me to continue the coverage of different trials and get the information, here's the way you support this channel, because I am very independent. I don't rely on any big company. It's all me. So that's the way to support the channel. Oh, you can always hit the like button and make my channel go into algorithm, or watch the video a couple of times. That helps this channel out as well, for us to be able to financially be supported. Okay? Any questions, good people? Do you have any questions for me? Any questions? Bond was denied, if that was the question. Bond was denied. And for the reasons of a risk to the society, no ties to the community, and can he intimidate the witness And they said the possibility of intimidating the witness is high because of social media and also the access he has through, I guess, with fans. All right. Any question? Any question, good people? All right. Okay, y'all. Have a great day. See you guys later. Don't forget, we will be doing reenactment of the Dirk trial tonight at 7:30. 7:30 tonight. We will be doing a reenactment of what happened on day one of Lil Durk trial. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Don't forget, come back. Come back. Don't forget. X is going to be on YouTube, okay? Come on over. All right, see you tonight at 7:30 for a reenactment of what happened at the trial. Lil Durk. Bye.
Thank you for watching the Infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With mods by our side and chat flowing free in this online space. It's just you and me, we laugh until tears roll down like the rain. In this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night.
We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold. You're more than a viewer, you're part of the crew in this space of ours. It's all because of you. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods in check, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods in check, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods in chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night.